the champion who rose from the ashes, the inspiring story of Mike Tyson. Life sometimes delivers the harshest blows. Some people fall under the weight of these blows, while others rise even stronger. Mike Tyson was one of the latter. He emerged from a past filled with poverty and crime to become the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in history. But this success did not come easily. Behind every punch he threw lay pain, determination, and an immense struggle. This is the story of a child who rose from darkness to reach the pinnacle, the dangerous streets of Brooklyn. Mike Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brownsville, one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Brooklyn, New York. Surviving in this area was a battle in itself. Poverty, crime, gang wars. Tyson grew up surrounded by all of it. When his father abandoned the family, he was still very young. His mother tried to raise him alone, but life was never easy for them. They moved constantly, often struggling to find enough food. Mike grew up on the streets. In his own words, "Kids in my neighborhood had two choices, fight or run." But Mike was not one to run. He chose to fight. He was a small, introverted child. Other kids constantly bullied him because of his lisp. But deep inside, Tyson harbored a growing rage. One day, a gang member killed one of his beloved pigeons. That moment, for the first time, he clenched his fists and fought back. That day, he realized that fighting gave him power, but this path would lead him into even greater darkness. From crime to the ring. By the age of 10, Mike was already involved with gangs. Fighting became part of his daily life. By the time he was 13, he had been arrested 38 times. He was stealing, brawling, and committing crimes on the streets. His future looked bleak, but sometimes life opens a door when you least expect it. One day, while in a juvenile detention center, a teacher noticed his incredible punching power. He introduced Tyson to Bobby Stewart, a former boxer. Stewart immediately saw his potential and took him to meet the legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. And that was the moment Mike Tyson's real journey began, the birth of a champion. Cus D'Amato was a legendary figure in the boxing world. But he was more than just a trainer. He was also a mentor and father figure. When Tyson met him at the age of 14, he was still shy and withdrawn. But Cus saw something special in him. D'Amato didn't just teach Tyson how to punch. He taught him the mindset of a true fighter. He would often say, "If you control fear, you become invincible." For Tyson, boxing wasn't just a sport. It was his only chance at survival. From that moment on, he had one goal: to become the best boxer in the world. And he worked for it with incredible discipline. He woke up early, ran miles every morning, and spent the rest of the day training. There were no more streets, no more crime. His only focus was the ring. But fate had one more challenge in store for him: a great loss and the road to the top. The year 1985 brought both the greatest breakthrough and the greatest loss of Tyson's life. He had just started his professional career, and he was quickly becoming a young phenomenon, knocking out every opponent he faced. But that same year, he suffered a devastating loss. His mentor, Cus D'Amato, passed away. For Tyson, this was a crushing blow. He had not just lost his trainer, he had lost the only father figure he ever had. But Tyson did not give up. He carried his pain into the ring. He fought harder, punched stronger, and won faster. And finally, on November 22nd, 1986, he defeated Trevor Berbick to become the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old. The whole world was talking about him. He knocked out Larry Holmes, a fighter even Muhammad Ali couldn't defeat. He floored Michael Spinks in just 91 seconds. There was only one king in the ring now, Mike Tyson. But the top is always a dangerous place. The fall and the comeback fame. And fortune can sometimes lead a man down the wrong path. Tyson surrounded himself with the wrong people. Parties, luxury, reckless spending. And then the biggest blow came. In 1990, in an unexpected upset, he lost to Buster Douglas. The world was in shock. The man who seemed unbeatable had been defeated, but the worst was yet to come. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and sentenced to 3 years in prison. It was the darkest period of his life. But Mike Tyson never stayed down. In 1995, he was released and returned to the ring. Within 2 years, he reclaimed the heavyweight title. However, his past mistakes still haunted him. In 1997, during a rematch with Evander Holyfield, he famously bit Holyfield's ear, leading to his disqualification. This became one of the biggest scandals in boxing history. Eventually, in 2005, he retired from professional boxing, the real victory, rebuilding his life. Mike Tyson was more than just a boxer. He was a fighter who knew how to get back up. After boxing, he admitted his mistakes, changed himself, and rebuilt his life. He starred in movies, performed in shows, and even wrote a book. He was no longer just a fighter. He had become an inspiration to millions. Today, Mike Tyson proves to the world that it doesn't matter where you come from. If you know how to rise after falling, you can always win. Life lessons from Mike Tyson. No matter how bad your start is, there is always a way out. The most important thing in life is knowing how to get back up after falling. Discipline and determination are the greatest weapons that will take you to the top. Mike Tyson's story is the ultimate proof of never giving up, because the greatest victories come after the greatest struggles.